Bill Simmons thinks that the Miami Heat are effing lucky, and it makes him mad. Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir. Before I get into the video today, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support of the channel. Getting close to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So if you could subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot to me. So thank you again. So the Ringers, Bill Simmons, who we all know is a longtime Boston Celtics fan, and he said that the Boston Celtics rivals the Miami Heat over the past couple of years are effing lucky, basically. So he was saying, "Here's my hottest take for you: the Heat are effing lucky. This Jaime Jaquez thing is so upsetting. No, so they get Tyler Hero because they win an effing coin flip with Boston. They get Bam Adebayo at the 14th pick because the moron Portland Trailblazers trade 2 picks to move up to the 10th spot to take Zach Collins instead of Bam. And then Luke Kennard goes to the Detroit Pistons at 12. Bam falls to 14. They get Terry Rozier for barely anything. They get Jimmy Butler because Portland helps them twice. Portland's effing stupid. They're like, yeah, we'll take Hassan Whiteside so you can fit Butler in your cap. Cool. And then they get Jaquez when the Los Angeles Lakers, who he's playing at UCLA, he's 5 feet away and he's ready to play. He's ready to be in the rotation. I like the point guard they took from Indiana. Yeah, I know he has potential, but you have LeBron James. He's 39. You need to get somebody in the draft who can play now, and they just pass on him. It effing makes me mad, but all of it's luck. It's luck. Everyone's like Heat culture. You know what the Heat culture is? Effing luck, which is funny to think, pure comedy, that Bill Simmons has the audacity to say that the Miami Heat are lucky when it comes to their culture and gives no credibility to one of the best NBA front office executives, former coaches in the NBA, and Pat Riley, and one of the best coaches, and what most people will say the best coach in basketball right now, Eric Spoelstra. He's not giving them any credit for the system they've built. He's not giving the team Simmons, who is one of the best scouting executives in the NBA, for being able to continuously pick these players that are bypassed by other teams because their scouting departments are inferior compared to the Miami Heat. Also, not giving credibility to Andy Ellsberg, who's the best cap specialist in the NBA, who's able to make moves like getting Jimmy Butler to the Miami Heat. So I think it's just funny because we also, again, I haven't even addressed the diamonds in the rough, the undrafted players. So for some reason, we're able to get the best out of these undrafted players. I think one, because we give them the best opportunity, and I think it's because of our system. And we always try to get players that fit within our system, who have a lot of potential and who are usually like a 3-and-D type wing player, which just fits with our organization. So he's not giving us any credit for that. And he's not giving us credit for having good players that are simply just overlooked. Again, like Bam and Tyler Hero, who were the 13th and 14th pick. And these guys put in the effort and the work to become better players. So screw Bill Simmons, screw the Celtics. I think it's just funny that he says we're lucky. He even thinks we're lucky this season right now, which is kind of frustrating to say because the Miami Heat they're 7th in the East, only a game and a half back from the 4th seed. We're 34-26 right now. Had a really bad stretch a month ago when they went on a 7-game losing streak. Without that, if we were playing like we were throughout most of the season, I think the Heat right now would probably be the 4th or 5th seed due to the injuries that the Knicks and the Sixers have obtained in the past month or so with star players. So it's just funny to hear him say that the Miami Heat are lucky. And he should be afraid of the Miami Heat if the Miami Heat do, in fact, play the Boston Celtics, hopefully in the Eastern Conference again for the 3rd straight year. That would be awesome to get the Boston Celtics. They've been an amazing team, best team in basketball. They've retooled. They did what they were supposed to do. They weren't good enough to beat the Miami Heat last year, which is pretty funny because we were the 8th seed and we were able to beat the number 1 seed in the East and should have beat them more handily. And, fortunately did not blow a 3-0 lead. But they did the right things. They added Drew Holiday, who's one of the best perimeter, if not the best perimeter defensive player in the NBA and former All-Star. And then, of course, they added Porzingis to give them size and depth in their front court. So two good additions that they've made, and they've been the most dominant team so far in the regular season. They're on an 11-game winning streak, so kudos to them. But they don't want to see the Miami Heat in the playoffs right now. The Miami Heat are coming to form. Jimmy Butler has awakened. He's playing like playoff Jimmy right now. Since the All-Star break, he's been averaging 26 points per game as opposed to the 21 that he's averaging throughout the season. He has missed so many games. Story of the year for Miami is just always injured and always having enough and having guys step up. So with that luck that you're talking about, players like Caleb Martin, undrafted, Haywood Highsmith, undrafted, Jaime Hawk is a late round pick, Nikola Jovic, late round, first round pick. Guys are stepping in this rotation while guys have been out all year, and we're still only a game and a half out of the fourth. So the Eastern teams should be afraid of us because Jimmy Butler's missed 19 games as opposed to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, two of the best players on the Celtics. They've missed under double digits. So they've been whole. And Bam Adebayo has missed 10 games. Tyler Hero has now missed 24 games. Caleb Martin, Jay Rich, key rotational players. Caleb Martin, way more so, has missed 17 games. So has Jay Rich. Like Kevin Love has been out for multiple games. Like we've had so many injuries, but it doesn't matter. We're still 8 games above 500. Again, not as good as the Boston Celtics in the regular season, but playoff time is all that matters right now. And we have one of the best playoff competitors in Jimmy Butler. I'll take Jimmy Butler in the playoffs over Jason Tatum. Not any day, but still. Now, the last few years, he's gotten the best of Jason Tatum and has still played better than Tatum, even the year that we lost to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7 when Jimmy did miss that go-ahead three to win. So Jimmy did miss a game in that series, so Tatum didn't. He was banged up in the playoffs, but he fights through it because he's a warrior. So the fact that he's saying that the Miami Heat are lucky for all that, well, we're just getting and playing with the hand that was dealt with us and making the most of it. So instead of focusing on the Miami Heat, you should focus on your team and how they're going to choke again this season and not win an NBA championship. As long as the Boston Celtics don't win, I'm happy. I mean, I'm hoping the Miami Heat can beat them again and make it to the finals. And if that doesn't happen, if that's not in our cards, then I don't want the Boston Celtics to ever win again. And I would root for the Denver Nuggets or any other team that comes out of the West. But anyway, screw the Celtics, screw Bill Simmons, go Heat.